Denny Hamlin does not usually hold back his opinions, but what he said about Cletus McFarland shocked a lot of NASCAR fans. After watching the YouTube star race, Hamlin delivered a brutally honest verdict. He said the driver looked completely out of control. Now, the entire NASCAR world is arguing about whether Cletus McFarland belongs on that track at all. The world of NASCAR has always been filled with strong personalities. Drivers speak their minds, rivalries grow quickly, and debates among fans can explode overnight. But every once in a while, a moment happens that sparks a completely different kind of conversation. Not about who won the race, not about pit strategy, not even about a crash during the final laps. Instead, the entire focus turns to one question: who should really be allowed to race at this level of the sport? That is exactly the debate that erupted when Cletus McFarland stepped into the NASCAR spotlight. For millions of people online, Cletus McFarland is already a household name. His real name is Garrett Mitchell, but his internet persona has built one of the largest automotive communities on YouTube. His channel is known for wild car builds, burnout competitions, and massive events that draw thousands of fans to racetracks around the United States. His personality is loud, enthusiastic, and completely unapologetic. That energy has helped him grow a fan base that numbers in the millions. But internet fame and professional stock car racing are two very different worlds. When it was announced that McFarland would get the opportunity to compete in a NASCAR event with support from Richard Childress Racing, the news spread quickly through the racing community. Some fans were excited. They saw it as a chance for NASCAR to reach a younger and more digital audience. Others were skeptical. They questioned whether someone who built their career online could truly compete against drivers who had spent their entire lives climbing the ladder of professional racing. And then Denny Hamlin spoke up. Hamlin is not just another voice in the NASCAR garage. He is one of the most experienced and respected drivers in the sport. With decades of racing experience and multiple wins at the highest level, he understands exactly what it takes to compete in NASCAR. When he analyzes a driver's performance, other racers pay attention. During an episode of his podcast Actions Detrimental, Hamlin shared his honest reaction after watching McFarland's previous NASCAR appearance. His words were direct. According to Hamlin, the moment he saw McFarland racing, he could tell something was wrong. Drivers who have spent years behind the wheel develop a sense for when a car is being controlled properly and when it is not. Hamlin said that from his perspective, McFarland looked completely out of control during the race. He described the situation bluntly. He said the car looked unstable for the entire time it was on track before the crash happened. Those comments instantly ignited discussion across the NASCAR community. Some fans applauded Hamlin for speaking honestly. They argued that professional racing requires an extremely high level of skill and preparation. In a sport where cars travel at nearly 200 miles per hour, every driver on the track depends on the others to maintain control and awareness. Even a small mistake can lead to a dangerous accident involving multiple cars. From that perspective, Hamlin's concerns were not about criticism. They were about safety. But the story did not stop there. What made Hamlin's comments more interesting was that he did not actually blame McFarland himself. Instead, he directed his criticism toward NASCAR's driver approval process. NASCAR has strict rules about who is allowed to compete in different series. Drivers normally progress step by step through the racing ladder. Many start on local, short tracks, learning the fundamentals of car control and racecraft. From there, they may move into developmental series such as ARCA or late model championships. The next step might be the Truck Series, followed by the Xfinity Series, before eventually reaching the NASCAR Cup Series. This system exists for a reason. Each level introduces faster cars, more competitive fields, and greater pressure. Hamlin argued that the approval process should ensure that every driver entering a series is fully prepared for the challenge. In his view, allowing a driver with limited experience to compete in a high-level event could create unnecessary risk for everyone on the track. At the same time, Hamlin acknowledged something important about McFarland. He understands the power of McFarland's audience. Cletus McFarland is not just another newcomer trying to break into racing. His YouTube platform reaches millions of viewers. Many of those fans might never have watched a NASCAR race before. By bringing someone like McFarland into the sport, NASCAR has the potential to introduce a completely new generation of viewers to stock car racing. That is something the sport has been trying to achieve for years. NASCAR has experimented with new tracks, new formats, and new marketing strategies in an effort to grow its fan base. The rise of digital creators has created another opportunity to reach audiences who consume motorsports content online, rather than through traditional television broadcasts. From a promotional standpoint, McFarland's involvement makes sense, but that does not automatically solve the concerns about experience. Hamlin explained that if McFarland does compete again, his approach should be simple. The goal should not be to win the race. The goal should be to learn. In Hamlin's words, the best possible outcome would be for McFarland to run consistent laps, stay out of trouble, and finish the race without becoming part of a major incident. For a rookie driver entering unfamiliar territory, that advice is actually very common. Even experienced racers often say that the hardest part of NASCAR is not driving fast. It is maintaining focus and consistency over the course of an entire race. Long green flag runs require drivers to manage tire wear, control the car in traffic, and communicate constantly with their teams. Every lap presents new challenges. Despite the criticism, McFarland's supporters believe he deserves the chance to prove himself. They point out that motorsports history is full of unconventional stories. Drivers have come from many different backgrounds. Some started in dirt racing, others came from road racing or drag racing before adapting to stock cars. What matters most is the willingness to learn and improve. McFarland has already shown that he takes motorsports seriously. Before his NASCAR opportunities, he competed in several racing events and worked to gain experience behind the wheel. His performances in the ARCA Menard Series included a couple of respectable finishes that demonstrated potential. While those results do not match the experience of full-time NASCAR drivers, they show that he is not simply jumping into the sport without preparation. Another factor that fuels the debate is the changing nature of modern motorsports. In the past, racing careers were built almost entirely through traditional sponsorship and team development systems. Today, social media presence can play a significant role in attracting partners and opportunities. A driver who brings millions of fans to the sport offers something valuable to teams and sponsors. That reality has forced NASCAR to adapt. Some veterans view the shift with caution. They worry that entertainment value could eventually overshadow racing talent. Others see it as an evolution of the sport. The presence of personalities like McFarland could help NASCAR remain relevant in an era where younger audiences consume sports content through online platforms. As the conversation continues, one thing is certain: McFarland's next appearance on track will attract enormous attention.